Hi everyone. So the name Carl Starfelt may not mean a great deal to a lot of the Celtic fans watching this. Certainly a day ago, a lot of Celtic fans wouldn't even have heard of him. But now we are well aware of the Rubin Kazan centre back because he's been linked with Celtic. So we know you like these kind of videos where we chat to journalists and find out more about the players, and I'm delighted to say that we've got Anel Avdić, who's a journalist at Swedish outlet Sport Expressen, joining us on 67 Hail Hail. Hello Anel.
Hello everyone, it's my pleasure to be here as a guest and talk about Carl Starfelt and the Celtic.
Brilliant. So talk me through the name again so I can get it spot on.
Carl Starfelt.
Carl Starfelt.
It's quite a nice name, I think. If he joins Celtic, I see like a little bit potential in him to be maybe a new Mikael Lustig or something like that.
Okay, no, I've got a question later on where we chat about Lustig, we chat about Henrik Larsson, we chat about John Guidetti, so we can do that later on. You tweeted that the Celtic are ready to pay £4 million for Starfelt, 10% of that going to his former club, IFK Göteborg in Sweden. Is this a deal that is going to happen? Is this close?
I think it's quite big possibilities that a deal can go through, and that clubs can find an agreement on the fee and on the probably like also on the personal terms, between Carl and Celtic. And from what I've heard, the talks is ongoing. Celtic has a direct contact with Starfelt and his agents, and they are Celtic is also ready to pay £4 million in the first bid. So from what I've heard in the last couple of weeks, I think it's quite a big chance that the clubs can find an agreement.
So you mentioned there that you've maybe known about this for a couple of weeks. Now, Celtic fans have only just found out about this in the last day. Is this something that has been being worked on for a little bit of time?
Yeah, I mean, Starfelt, he joined Rubin Kazan in 2019 in the summer from Gothenburg. He made a good season there, and they bought him in the summer of 19. And the first season there was pretty okay, but this last couple of seasons has been really good, and he's a starting player now, coming from a really good season in Russia. He's a key player there, and they extended his contract in this February actually. He got quite a good deal, and from what I heard, the plan has always been that if you extend, then maybe in the summer, if you get an opportunity, both the club and you as a player, then we can maybe solve something and maybe sell you to a bigger league or a bigger club. So I think this is maybe, or actually this is a part of the plan. So and from what I heard in the couple of the weeks, Celtic has have shown a concrete interest, and so now I think the clubs like Rubin and Celtic has to find an agreement on the transfer fee, and I think if everything is going well, he will probably play in at the Celtic Park next season.
Well, let's hope so, definitely. How are the Swedish people viewing this move? Is this seen as a logical next step for Starfelt to take in his career?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he has played in the Russian league for some time now, and I mean, he has earned a place in the Swedish national team. I think he has like 3 caps for the A team, and was really close to make it to the Euros this summer, but he fell out there. But I mean, the general view on Starfelt in Sweden is that he's a name for the future in the Swedish defense. And I think probably it's a good step for Starfelt to go to Celtic, and he got the chance to like fight in the in the top of the table. We win some titles, play in the Champions League, play in the Europa League, continually, and like, I mean, if you take generally speaking of the Swedes, in a historic point of view, it's quite a big step for Swedish players to go to Celtic. I mean, we talked about earlier, like Henrik Larsson, Johan Mjällby, Mikael Lustig, John Guidetti. So I mean, it's a logical and quite a smart journey if he goes to Celtic. That's my personal opinion. So I think the player also sees Celtic as a very attractive step, and a chance to play at the bigger stages, because like in Russia, surely Rubin Kazan is a good team, but maybe they not fighting about the title every year, and I mean, so I think he has some bigger chance to come to a bigger stage here in Celtic if a deal is coming through.
Yeah. So Starfelt played more minutes last season than anyone else at Rubin Kazan.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people watching this may think, oh, Rubin Kazan, small club. They finished 4th in the Russian Premier League. They had, I think, the 2nd best defensive record in the Russian Premier League. Why then was Starfelt not included in the Sweden squad for Euro 2020? It seems a bit of a strange one.
Yeah, it was quite a big topic here in Sweden before the Euros. But the national team coach, Jan Andersson, he's quite a coach who, how will I explain it? Maybe he trusts the older players a little bit more, and right. They have been in the national team for some time and played like quite more matches than for example Carl Starfelt or Joachim Nilsson. He plays in the Bundesliga. So that's these 2 players, Joachim Nilsson and Carl Starfelt. This is 2 names for the future. So Andersson, the Swedish coach, I think he likes to build a team around the older players, maybe who has been part of the journey from the start to the end, and he likes to give them confidence and chance to play. So I think Starfelt's time will come certainly, and now in September, Sweden are gonna play qualifiers, and I'm pretty sure that Starfelt will be a part of the team then.
Yeah, listen, we had the exact same thing going on in Scotland. We had a number of young players that we wanted to see playing more minutes at the Euros, and the manager tended to trust players that he'd played with or had managed before. So what kind of player is Starfelt? We've gone nearly 10 minutes in this interview and I've not even asked you yet.
Yeah.
Is he a tackler? Is he a guy who can pass out from the back? What kind of player is he?
My opinion is that he's a quite quick centre back with his strengths in the defensive part of the role in the game. He's not the tallest one, but I think he's very good in the air and a good tackler also. And I mean, I saw him in the Swedish league Allsvenskan a couple of years ago when he played in Gothenburg, and maybe he wasn't that good with the ball. He was not bad, but I think he has developed that type of the game in Russia. So if you ask me now, I think he's pretty good with the ball also. But I mean, his strength is definitely in the. I like he's a good tackler. He's good in the air, and he reads the game very well. And also, I think he's like a very calm player. Never bruises up. Like he never loses concentration. He's very calm and like to play with some experience. So I think he's an interesting player.
So we've got a new manager in, Ange Postecoglou, and his way of playing is quite a. It's not a unique way of playing, but it's certainly quite a specialised way. He likes his defenders to be quick, which is obviously something you've said that Starfelt is. He likes his defenders to be able to pass the ball, which is something that's perhaps up for debate at the moment, and start attacks from the back. So you do think that Starfelt would have no problems in integrating into this way of playing? Yeah,
of course. I think he will fit in quite well. I think he has, as I said earlier, he's good with the ball. He's calm, good tackler, good in the air, and like he's a. If I had to use an expression, like a modern center back who likes to play with the ball, not the old Swedish one, maybe who kicks the ball up to the strikers and stuff like that. Like he's a playing center back. So I think, as you described, I think he's going to fit pretty well in the Celtic way to play, and that size of his game with the ball and stuff like that. I mean, he has played the exact same way in the Swedish national team also. So I think it can be a good signing for Celtic, and he's quite young also. So I mean, it's a good player for the future also.
Any comparisons you want to make to any current players? Is he like anyone?
No, I don't think so. I think I have to think a little bit about that.
You can say Virgil van Dijk if you want.
Yeah, that's maybe a dream comparison for every center back in the world, and maybe one day you never know. But he's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, Virgil van Dijk was obviously at Celtic. We signed him from Groningen in Holland, so the path is there for a player coming to Celtic and then moving down south and really making it to the top level. You've got no doubts that Starfelt will come into Celtic and make an immediate impact. Is he the kind of guy that maybe takes time to settle to a new country?
I think he will settle in very good, and no, I think that won't be a problem for him. I spoke to him quite a bit. I like 2 or 3 months ago. We made an interview, and he told me that when he moved to Russia, it was a big it's a big difference between Russia and Sweden, but he had no problem to adapt to the football, to the community. He told me obviously that the biggest problem was the language, but I mean you can't maybe. If he moves to Russia, I think it's normally that it takes a bit time to speak Russian. So I think he speaks English. So I think that like the adapting to the Celtic playing style or the community in general in Scotland, I think that won't be a problem at all. And he has some good friends. So I'm pretty sure that if he find an agreement with Celtic, he will certainly call Lustig or Henke Larsson to like take some info about the club, about the city, and stuff like that. So I think that won't be a problem at all.
So does he know those guys?
Yeah, of course. He played with Lustig in the national team, so they know each other. Maybe he doesn't know Henrik Larsson because he's a little older than him, but maybe he can certainly make a call to Henke and see what he has to say. I'm pretty sure that Henke has all the best to say about Celtic and the city. So it's going to be interesting.
And just finally, what kind of guy is he? You said you interviewed him a few months ago. Just explain what he's like.
He's very humble. He's very calm. He's very generous. Like a person who has his feet on the ground, working hard, takes his time to answer questions from the media, and like hard-working person, humble guy who is like he will do his best to succeed and to do the best that can make the team successful. So I think his personality is no problem at all. So, like quite opposite. He's a fantastic man. So I think I have just from what I've seen in Gothenburg and here in Sweden and also in the national team, I have only positive things to say about Carl. So I think he will certainly enjoy his time in Scotland if the transfer go through. But I'm positive.
Well, we're going to look quite silly if it doesn't. So let's hope that the deal happens. Anel, it's been an absolute pleasure. Great to chat to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. If you need anything in the future, if he plays there in the coming season, just send a message or make a call. So I'm always available.